Intel Lunar Lake MX CPU pictured on reference platform, 8 CPU cores, 8 ARC GPU cores, on package LPDDR5X memory. The newest pictures of Intel's next-gen Lunar Lake MX CPU powering thin and light platforms have been leaked by Igor's lab. Intel Lunar Lake MX CPUs to be a one-stop shop for thin and light platforms with a chip and memory all on board a single package. Intel's Lunar Lake CPUs are going to be the direct follow-up to Meteor Lake CPUs and will launch alongside the Arrow Lake lineup. While Arrow Lake serves the more high-end and mainstream PC space, Lunar Lake will be designed for low-power platforms and take a more defined approach in terms of design and packaging. Following are some of the features of Lunar Lake CPUs. Designed for thin and light notebooks, Lion Cove P-cores and SkyMont T-cores, Battlematch 2 LPG GPU architecture 4+4 core configurations, MX series, up to 64 execution units on package LPDDR5X memory, up to 3x faster NPU performance versus Meteor Lake late 2024 launch, 2025 volume. Based on the information that we have right now, Intel's Lunar Lake CPUs will be branded under the MX and M family. These chips will utilize a mix of Intel's 28 process technologies and TSMC's in 3B, 3 nanometers, nodes to power various IPs. There are reports that the compute tile will be the one utilizing the 3 nanometers process, and we can also expect the same to be the case for the GPU tile that leaves the primary I/O/SOC tile to leverage from Intel's process technologies, though the company hasn't clarified what tile uses which node, officially. The compute tile will feature up to 8 cores based on 4 P-core and 4 E-core configurations for the top SKUs. The P-cores will be based on the Lion Cove architecture, the same will be used by Arrow Lake, while the E-cores will be based on the SkyMont architecture. Arrow Lake will house a mix of SkyMont and Crestmont E-cores, but the I capabilities will see a drastic improvement with Lunar Lake chips thanks to an updated NPU which offers up to 3x the performance of Meteor Lake chips. The graphics tile for Lunar Lake CPUs will be based on the next-gen Battlematch 2 LPG Arch, which is a follow-up to the Alchemist's LPG and also better than the Alchemist Plus LPG Plus architecture coming to Arrow Lake mobility chips. This tile will comprise up to 8 2 cores for a total of 64 execution units. We have already seen package shots of the Lunar Lake chips before, but the new one gives us the exact package size. The main SoC, which includes 3 tiles, is sitting next to 2-micron LPDDR5X DRAM modules. The whole package comes in the 2833 GA form factor and measures 27.5 by 27. Igor's lab also has a SoC I/O slide that shows us the various features that the Lunar Lake CPUs will be capable of, such as EDP 1.5 HDMI 2.1, DP 2.1, via USB Type-C, integrated Wi-Fi 7 plus BT6 LAN SPI/THC, Touch TBT4/USB4, via USB Type-C, PCIe Gen 5 PCIe Gen 4 USB 2/3 UFS 3.1e. Yesterday, we saw one of the first laptops equipped with an 8-core Lunar Lake CPU leak out, which was Samsung's next-gen Galaxy Book 5 Pro design. Once again, the Intel Lunar Lake CPUs are expected to launch later this year in limited quantities, with a more reasonable supply expected in early 2025 following next year's CES. Expect more info on the lineup in the coming months.